I really like the Cincinnati Bengals, man. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase are just one of the best quarterback wide receiving duos in the league, but the Bengals are wasting their potential. There's hardly any defensive scheme that can stop them from going off. You have Jamar Chase going for over 260 yards, another 400-yard performance from Joe Burrow with 4 touchdowns to boot. But yet again, the Bengals can't seem to get themselves out of the way, and the slow starts are definitely going to haunt them, which they have in the past. But I think in this season in particular, especially that opening day loss against the New England Patriots, is just simply unforgivable. Both games against the Baltimore Ravens came down to the wire, where honestly they had them on the ropes. They had leads going into the fourth quarter. They were in control, but yet again they failed to come out winners. And now getting swept in this very tight playoff race basically puts your playoff hopes on life support. At 4-6, there's a long way to go, and the AFC is super competitive, and you can't bank on teams just collapsing at the last minute to make up for your poor start. I like to call this a rivalry, but is this really a rivalry? You have some talented pieces on both sides of the football, but Joe Burrow, while is 4-6 against the Ravens, 3 of those wins come against Ravens quarterbacks outside of Lamar Jackson. And against Lamar himself, he's just 1-6, getting swept the last 2 seasons. Like the Ravens, the Bengals own a subpar defense. Just look at the touchdown to Wallace, where he simply had a 15-yard play. If you push him out of bounds, you line up and play defense. But instead, poor tackling led to a mammoth game, and that basically was another reason why the Ravens got a touchdown where they shouldn't have. T. Higgins has been in and out of the lineup, and just like Jamar Chase, you've had issues with the contract situation. I know he's been in and out of the lineup this year, but that's a guy you have to re-sign to keep them competitive in this AFC. And again, not focusing on Jamar Chase and getting that contract resolution resolved earlier in the offseason is going to come back to bite him, because the pace that he's playing on, the price is just going to continue to go up. We've seen that with CeeDee Lamb, we've seen that with Brandon Ayuk and Justin Jefferson. And honestly, if he has another good year, he's probably going to make top receiver money, well deserved. And that's just another reason why the Bengals are just in the state of things where they are today. Mismanagement, and it comes down to 1 to 2 plays where they could have been maybe 6-4, 7-3, but they stand at 4-6. They'll be lucky to make the wild card at this point with a matchup with the LA Chargers next week. And this is going to start a run of must-win games where the urgency has to be at its highest to play perfect football, because that's what happens when you start off slow. And frankly, if they don't play a perfect round of football down the stretch, I believe their season will be over.